Good morning, everybody. It's time for journaling. If anybody's new today, this is the best place to learn how to journal. And really, it sounds kind of odd to even say to learn. Really, you just keep writing. And just to reiterate, no rules, meaning don't worry about what to write, don't worry about spelling, format, just keep the pen moving. Now, I've been doing these for a little bit now, and anybody that happens to be following, I keep saying the benefits of journaling. Today I want to utilize one benefit, and I'm going to kind of build it into our journaling session a little bit of how you could use this if you happen to be a student, or if you happen to be somewhere where you need to write a lot, or even if you have to just write a letter or something, or you just like writing for yourself, or you're a writer, or whatever it is you may be. Journaling doesn't have to just be whatever you're thinking in the moment. Once you get kind of used to doing it, you can use it to help get some work done or process information. So for today, what I want you to do, or I'm going to recommend, you can do whatever you like, this is just a writing prompt, is we're going to write one page, but I want you to write a story, a fictional story. Or it could be nonfiction, maybe something happened to you. But I'm just going from the point of view, let's say you're in a class, or you're a writer, you want to write something. The idea of just sitting down and writing something from scratch is where like these journaling chops come into play. So write any story you want, make it one page, try and put the story elements in it. Don't just have description, have a conflict, do the best of what you know about stories. It doesn't matter how good or bad of it, it's irrelevant. The key is to set yourself a forum, which is where we're going to journal in our book, of a story without having to overthink it. Just sit down cold, you have no idea where it's going to go, and just see what happens. That process in itself takes practice, and the more you do that, the easier it is to come up with ideas when you start writing. And those ideas could be an essay, they could be a story, they could be an email, they could be brainstorming an idea, it could be just whatever it is you're going to use in your life. This is one of the aspects of journaling. So without any further ado, let's get to work here. So one page, write a fictional story is my recommendation of a prompt, and let's get to work. So get your beverage. Today's in the morning, so I have my fresh cup of coffee, and let's do it. All right. And as usual, we have basic kind of prompts. Labels that I like to put for journaling, because it's nice when you look back on this years to come, hopefully, and you can see kind of some basic data of what was going on. So location, time, place. You can even put mood in there. My new books coming out have a little category for mood. And the first sentence is an establishing sentence of what the day is like outside, in any form you want. And these are just loose guidelines, so don't get too hung up on these things. So let's get to it. So today is June 14th, Flag Day. 23. My location, I am home, and the time for me is 8:11 in the morning. Okay, remember, write a story, one page only. Try and put all the story elements that you're aware of or that you've been trained in or whatever you may know, and see what happens. And it's not about how good it is. Writing is editing. This is just the first, vomit of the story. From there, it would be an editing process. And if you were writing an essay for a class or something of that effect, you would just have the first idea out. And once you learn not to overthink that first initial process, writing becomes so much easier, because it is an editing thing. And yes, you have to have kind of time management built into that, so you have enough time to edit it before you have to turn it in or wherever it has to be delivered. But the first part is always the hardest, thinking about what to write. And I've seen students, including myself, overthink this for hours. And really, it shouldn't be that hard. And once you get used to journaling, just keep the pen moving. It comes out much quicker. All right, I'm talking too much. Here we go. Enjoy the process, people. Okay, everybody, that's it. One page. She wasn't so bad. My little story, actually for one page, it's pretty much just kind of the intro to it, or, you know, it might be kind of in a form of a treatment. And you can do these things with an essay or a story, as I mentioned before, and once you get used to doing it, it makes it so much easier. And even though you may not use this actual writing, or you could, right? It could be the beginning of it. You've already started the process of thinking. So it's already kind of percolating in the back of your subconscious. And then when you come back to this, you can extend it. So like for me, this is an idea I had yesterday while walking my dogs about a story idea. I don't know exactly what form it might be in, but it's a story idea that I like to think about stories, because when I think about things that are going on in the world, good and bad, stories are a way for me to help process them, or they're a way for me to fictionalize a solution. So if I see something wrong going in the country or something maybe in my community, how could I fix it? Well, it costs nothing really to write it as a story to come up with a solution. And that's just my way of kind of processing that information, to go through it. Now, what I decide to do with afterwards is up to me or whomever, you know, if you write your own story. But anything we do in life that's physical, meaning it's in reality, at some point started with a thought. So beginning the process of thinking, even if you want to correct something in your house, journal it. I need to clean up I want to get rid of the plastic. I want to greenify my house. You could write it as a story, and while you're kind of going through the elements of how this one character may do that, you're actually processing it for yourself. Or you just may want to go through the process of what would you need to do. This is where journaling comes in so handy, because then you start bringing it from heaven to earth. And what I mean by heaven and earth is that first it's living in the abstract, just in our mind's eye, just as pure creativity or pure just a raw idea. It's intangible, we don't grab it. And then we have to kind of slowly bring it down to earth. And then that process is a process. And when you're doing essays and things like that, or books or whatever, you need to first kind of vomit it out, the idea on the page, and then from there, edit it, add more to it, refine it, and you go from there. Most of writing is editing, as well as like filmmaking. Filmmaking, once you kind of get the first draft of it, most of it's editing, and it's just kind of a filtering process, at least the way that I approach it. Anyways, hope that was helpful. And remember too, journaling can just be just emptying your emotions, as we always do. Or whatever it is you want to put in there. So I'm rambling a little bit. Let's wrap this up. So hopefully everybody has a good day. If you didn't finish your journal page, please finish it. It's good to always kind of finish the one thing. And that's it. And I'll see you next time. Hopefully stumbling my words today. Hopefully everybody has a nice day. And remember, enjoy the process. Take care.